Hello there, and thank you for tuning in to part 12 of my series of programs on the secret dossier on Donald Trump, prepared by MI6 secret agent Christopher Steele. Today's report is called Company Intelligence Report 2016/report number 112, and it's dated 14th of September 2016. The title is Russia/U.S. presidential election, Kremlin-Alpha Group cooperation. Summary. Top-level Russian official confirms current closeness of Alpha Group Putin relationship. Significant favors continue to be done in both directions, and FRIDMAN and AVEN still giving informal advice to Putin, especially on the United States. Key intermediary in Putin/Alpha relationship identified as Oleg GOVORUN, currently the head of a presidential administration department, but throughout the 1990s, the Alpha executive who delivered illicit cash directly to Putin. Now this Alpha, I should say this so-called Alpha Group, is defined in this report as a group of businesses. But I have read somewhere that there was a very large bank, or is a very large bank in Russia called the Alpha Bank. And I don't know whether there's any connection between the Alpha Group and the Alpha Bank, or whether it just happens to be both things are using the first letter of the Greek alphabet. But it'd be interesting to look into that. Putin personally unbothered about Alpha's current lack of investment in Russia, but under pressure from colleagues over this and able to exploit it as a lever over Alpha interlocutors. Detail. Speaking to a trusted compatriot in mid-September 2016, a top-level Russian government official commented on the history and current state of relations between President Putin and the Alpha Group of businesses led by oligarchs Mikhail Fridman, Peter Aven, and German Khan. The Russian government figure reported that although they had had their ups and downs, the leading figures in Alpha currently were on very good terms with Putin. Significant favors continued to be done in both directions, primarily political ones for Putin and business legal ones for Alpha. Also, Fridman and Avin continued to give informal advice to Putin on foreign policy, and especially about the United States, where he distrusted advice being given to him by officials. Keep in mind, Donald Trump has been supplying information to Putin about these oligarchs in the United States. Putin does not trust his Russian partners, so to speak, and so the quid pro quo, Putin is giving Trump information on Hillary Clinton and so forth, and as a payment, Trump is giving Putin information on these Russian oligarchs that are in the United States. And Trump in the past was doing business, his construction work in the 80s and 90s with the aid of various Russian oligarchs and mobsters. 2. Although Fridman recently had met directly with Putin in Russia, much of the dialogue and business between them was mediated through a senior presidential administration official, Oleg GOVORUN, who currently headed the department therein responsible for social cooperation with the CIS. GOVORUN was trusted by Putin and recently had accompanied him to Uzbekistan to pay respects to the tomb of former President Karimov. However, according to the top-level Russian government official, during the 1990s, GOVORUN had been head of government relations at Alpha Group and, in reality, the driver and bag carrier used by Fridman and Avin to deliver large amounts of illicit cash to the Russian president, at that time deputy mayor of St. Petersburg. Given that, and the continuing sensitivity of Putin-Alpha relationship, and need for plausible deniability, much of the contact between them was now indirect and entrusted to the relatively low-profile GOVORUN. one has to wonder whether GOVORUN may actually have been one of the associates that Trump was dealing with back in the 90s in New Jersey and New York and elsewhere. 3. The top-level Russian government official described the Putin-Alpha relationship as both carrot and stick. Alpha held compromat on Putin. Isn't that interesting? So they knew stuff about Putin. That sounds kind of dangerous to me, but anyway. Alpha held compromat on Putin and his corrupt business activities from the 1990s, whilst although not personally overly bothered by Alpha's failure to reinvest the proceeds of its TNK oil company sale into the Russian economy since, the Russian president was able to use pressure on this count from senior Kremlin colleagues as a lever on FRIDMAN and AVEN to make them do his political bidding. And that is dated 14th of September 2016. We're getting close to the election. My next program will deal with report number 113. Please tune in, and I'll see you next time.